Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to make like a little update video so you know where I'm at, and I guess that's it. Jake and I just got back from Ireland. It was an amazing trip. We'll tell you guys more about that for sure, but it definitely felt like a wonderful reset and has really helped with my mindset. There was definitely moments that were tough. The trip itself was fantastic, but I definitely found myself missing my dad a lot, and whoever's lost a parent or a loved one, I'm sure can really relate to that. The pain just doesn't go away. I know time helps, but it's been a few months and it's still very raw, and especially now that the holiday season's coming up, and my dad's birthday was January 3rd, and so normally we'd be buying gifts for Christmas as well as his birthday, and it's just weird not doing that. The trip was really great. It really has helped my mindset, because I have been, especially previous to this, you know, I've really tried to be the strong person and get through this with grace, if you will, but it's been really hard. It's been really hard losing my dad and then breaking my wrists, not going on our honeymoon. Yeah, it's been really tough. I've had a lot of anxiety. I think a lot of that was to do with just how he died and how brutal that was, how long we had to sit with him. So I think I have a lot of anxiety. And then a lot of fear now with mortality. It really brings that stuff very much to the forefront. So I had a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression as well. I did see my doctor, thought perhaps I might also have some ADHD. Yeah, still don't know about that. I am going to be seeing a specialist for that, but Canada just takes a long time. So I think my appointment for that's like in 9 months. So pending, I'll let you guys know how that turns out. But yeah, I was definitely not feeling myself, and I think for the first time in a long time, I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself. Kind of refer to or think of the person that I was before my dad died. It's like a totally different person to who I am now and who I am after my dad died. And sometimes I really miss that girl that was before my dad. Like I miss that life, I miss who that was, and I know that obviously doesn't help anything or solve anything, but yeah, sometimes I just really miss that person, that Phoebe. I do feel like I'm slowly starting to get back to myself, and this trip it really helped with that. So we took a 2-week trip to Ireland, and I'll be making lots of videos on that, and the trip was really wonderful. It was just Jake and I. We kind of planned it fairly spontaneously. We planned it within like a week, I think, of leaving, and it went fabulously well. And I think that I really needed that just to show that I could be an adult and plan a trip and execute it and survive it and enjoy it and come back like alive, if you will, because I'll admit, like, I am a slightly nervous flyer, but especially the recent events with my dad passing away and then us supposed to be getting on the plane to go on our honeymoon, and then the day before breaking my wrist, it's like it felt like the universe is like not wanting me to get on a plane. So it really heightened that feeling, and I was terrified getting on the plane to go to this trip. But it happened, it worked out, we got there, we got back, and it was a great flight. Honestly, it was really good. And it was also nerve-wracking because this is not the first time that I have organized an entire trip, planned an entire trip, paid for hotels, etc., and it not worked out. We had planned a trip to Japan, got the tickets, done a bunch of research, and then the great event of 2019 happened, and that got canceled. And then similarly, we planned a trip to Iceland. Again, that was in the midst of that, things were getting better, and then there was a resurgence and that got canceled. And so it just shook my confidence on, you know, is this like, I know it's not me, but it's like the 3rd or 4th time this is happening that I planned something and it didn't work out. Even with my wedding, I had for a couple of years had planned and organized, and then my dad got really ill, and so all of those plans kind of went out the window, and it was obviously so worth it having, you know, like, I'm not saying that, I'm saying that it shook my confidence because none of my plans have kind of worked out in the past few years, and that's a scary thing to grapple with. Anyways, yeah, so a bunch of things just hadn't been working out, and I was really struggling with that. I still am really struggling with my dad. I did reach out to therapy. I went for a few sessions, but it's really expensive, and so that also stresses me out. So there's a few different, factors in that, and I wish I could just go to therapy whenever I wanted to, but it's it is really expensive, and so that's just something that I also have to factor in. But I do want to continue with therapy because I think I definitely really need it right now. I have been struggling. I really want to show strength. I really want to be okay. I want to be this, pillar of strength, this good person, but it's been really hard. It's been really hard to put on a brave face, but I don't know, even just function at a normal human level. And then when my autonomy gets taken away, things we're looking forward to and the things that make me happy, it's part of my identity is being a strong person and climbing and surfing, and that's my community, the people that make me happy, doing what makes me happy. And now I can't do that, and I can't do a lot of things for myself, and I have to rely on other people. That's really difficult, especially when I'm put in similar situations to my dad, being in the hospital, getting morphine, drinking through a straw when I first broke my wrist because I couldn't lift the cups, and that's what my dad had to do. Obviously, totally not the same levels at all, but it ached in that sense as well. But I don't really know what the point of this video is. I guess I just wanted to reach out and give you an update and say that I'm doing better, and I'm excited to share more and more about my life, but I'm also not perfect. I'm not amazing yet. And if anyone's lost somebody or feels not amazing yet, I guess I just wanted to say that I'm here for you, and maybe we can be there for each other, because throughout this, I will say the one thing, the amount of stories that I've heard from you guys, from other people in my life that I had no idea I had lost somebody. And I'm not saying that it's nice hearing those stories, because I wish we didn't have those stories, but the reality is we're all human and we do, and at some point we will all experience this. But it is comforting. There's this solace in knowing that someone else has been through a similar situation that you've been through, and these emotions and feelings and this guttural, awful pain. And we're gonna heal and we're gonna grow stronger together, and that sounds super gross, but I really, really am determined to come back stronger. I'm determined not to let this be my story. I want my dad's legacy to grow with me, and for me to be the best version of myself and not to just have my life stop here. I want my story to be great, and I want my dad to know that I'm doing great. So it might take some time, but we're gonna do it. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.